Hi everybody. Today is July 8th, I'm pretty sure, 2026. I'm the Ogden Stitcher here on YouTube and Instagram. This is a channel about cross stitch, and it's kind of early here. I don't normally film this early, but I just got back from workout. I have to go to my work later, and so I thought I'm going to get a video in because I'm running behind. So first, I wanted to tell you the Let Love Rain sale. I won't be showing that for a couple times because we decided to postpone it till September. A lot of activities over the summer, and some of the girls just couldn't fit it in, so we're just postponing it for a couple months. I will be working on it to finish the section that I'm on, but it won't be until probably end of August, September-ish, because I'm almost done with it. But anyway, I want to start out by showing you my finishes. I will show you this little start and this little finish. In June, I went to one of Brooke's one-day retreats, and they gave this little pattern away. I hope you can see this. Okay, I didn't bring out my board. They decided to give this little pattern away. We got the floss, the fabric, and the needle. So it was a quick stitch, and I just decided to do that, and I finished that the first part of July. It's called Yankee Doodle. The pattern is, I guess I should have showed this first, from Pickle Barrel Designs, Nancy Greenberg. Anyway, it's a cute, quick little stitch. We got all the finishing stuff for it also. So I'll probably give it to Candace to finish for me when I see her, but it's been a minute since I've seen Candace. Hopefully I'll get to see her in August. We've just, both of us have been busy, and that's just how it is. I'm getting ready tomorrow I leave for Boise, Idaho. I'm taking a spot for a fellow stitcher who's been ill, and I think it's called Stitching on the River. It's by Maggie's on Maine, I think. Anyway, we leave tomorrow, and so I'm excited about that, to get to go to that. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to Kearney, Nebraska for Shelley Rathjen's Stitching on the Prairie. So I have 2 retreats this month, so I'm kind of trying to scramble and get everything ready, and what am I going to take. The next finish, I'm so excited about this. So I stitched this 25 years ago, and I found it several years ago, and I couldn't decide how I wanted it finished, and I didn't want it framed. It's actually done with the yarn, like the number 5 Pearl Cotton threads, and I actually forgot I stitched it and when I found it, but I showed it to Candace, and she made me this, let me get back here, this beautiful wall hanging. So it's got the little tabs on it. I wouldn't let my husband hang it yet because he bought the rod and everything for it, but it turned out so cute, and I love it. So yep, Candace did this for me, so I'm super excited. I'm holding it a long time, hoping that YouTube is going to snatch it as my thumbnail, because some of the pictures that YouTube grabs for your thumbnail, you're just like, are you for real? That's the one you decided to pick? Anyway, so that's going to get hung up. Now that I've showed it on the video, I can put it where I want to put it in my house. It's probably going to go in my bedroom. I just remember stitching that, but I forgot I had it, and I'm sure everybody's been through that. Let me show you. I have started the last installment of Robin's Prairie Schooler stuff. So this is where I'm at. It's May, and this one has a lot of blocks in it, so it's actually going pretty well. I think it was smart of me to take a break from it because I was overwhelmed. I had stitched finished the first one, and then I did the second one, and I was not happy with Prairie Schooler, let me tell you. They were not the people I wanted to stitch. And even though their designs are fine and they're good, for me, they are very, very, very stitch heavy. And you'll laugh at that because I'm doing a Haid, starting another one. But it just wasn't my aesthetic, right? So anyway, so this is the last one. This is where I'm at. I'm hoping I have to have it done by September first. Casper, and then I'll be ready to go to give them to Marla. So I'm kind of excited to get that done. So I've worked on that. Then my next one is my Heaven and Earth design, my sea turtle. I did my 5,000 stitches. I'm already started. I think I'm at almost 1,400 stitches for this month into my 5,000. And with 5,000 stitches a month, I should have it done by not this December, but next December, hopefully. And I am at 58%. And this is where he is at. I'm getting more definition on his head, and I just love how he's turning out. I can get a lot of stitches in by doing the water, you know, the blues, because there's a lot of chunks in there of the same color. So that kind of helps me get the stitches. In the turtle, there's some confetti parts, and so I'll do a little bit of that, and then I'll go to the water just to break it up, because sometimes it becomes monotonous, right? The confetti stitching can be very overwhelming. This is, I don't know if I've showed this. This is my test square. So before I started stitching it, I stitched a 10 block of a single strand and then a 10 block of a double strand. And the double strand was just too tight on this for me. So I'm doing this one thread over two, or 1 over 1, I'm sorry. Because it's an Aida fabric. I think it's a 20 count. So yeah, I'm just using a single thread. But it takes a lot of thread, just so you know, because I'm kitting up my next one that I'm going to start. I was going to bring that out, but I haven't started it yet. I need to get the fabric. I did kit up the floss, which was about $61, somewhere in there. I felt bad for the girl at Hobby Lobby. I said, please don't hate me. But she just counted them all out, and there was over 80 colors. So I think I'm missing 4. I've got to get 4 more colors for that one. But I plan on starting that this fall. We are going to be traveling, going down south for the winter. And so I'm trying to kit up projects to take with me. And that's one of the ones I want to start this fall. And I won't be doing 5,000 stitches on it a month until I get done with my sea turtle. The new Dragon Race is twice the size of my sea turtle, so it's going to take me a lot longer. But if I'm consistent, it'll happen. My next whip is my chatelaine. Oh, and my needle's sticking out of my bag. Let me find the top. I know I have it on here somewhere. Really doesn't matter because it looks the same, all 4. I hope you can see that. I'm working on the specialty stitches. As soon as I get the specialty stitches done, then I will add the beads and I'll be done. The specialty stitches I'm working on, I don't like how they're turning out. So I've done maybe 3. I'm going to take it out and redo it because I don't like it with 2 threads. I think I'm going to do it with 1 thread. But I put the Kreinik in. It wasn't the called for Kreinik. It was Kreinik that I had left over. So I just put it where the colors matched the best and put my own colors in it. And I think it turned out really well. And I really love it. And I have a picture of this, but it's not a very good picture. Her pictures are not the best. It's this bottom one that I'm doing. And the thing about the chatelaines, I'm thinking about scanning one of these into Pattern Keeper and seeing if I can manipulate it a little bit better, because I usually I'm stitching this one on a paper pattern, and the paper patterns are really hard to read. And quite honestly, I don't think her instructions are the best. So anyway, but I'm almost done with this. I'm hoping to have a finish soon on that. I'm taking that with me to Boise to hopefully work on that one. And then I got a little bit of work done on my Chalet in the Snow by Flossabilities. Here is the, do I have it upside down? No, it's just showing. I thought it was upside. This is Chalet in the Snow. By Flossabilities. And I don't want to show the pattern. I got my little snowman in, and I'm starting on the first tree. So that's where I'm at. Just working these. This is my needle minder. Anyway, that's where I'm at on this. I love her patterns. I've got the Halloween one almost kitted up, and so that's one of the projects I'll be taking with me this winter, along with this one. I'm sure I'm not going to be done by then. You know how it goes. The one project that I've made the most progress on, and I'm very happy about this, is my Christmas garden by Blackbird Design. Loved this pattern. Saw it stitched at a shop that's no longer a shop anymore, the Craft Center in Salt Lake. And I took their color conversion and I made a couple more changes to it, but I got the first, I'm about a third of the way through, so and my needle minder is right in the middle, of course. Let me fold it over, maybe you can see it better that way. So I got the first third of it done, and I'm really excited with how it's looking. I love it. It's turned out really good. I frogged more on this project than I ever have. Oh, that's the wrong stitch, or that's the wrong place, as we've all done. So those are my whips. That's everything I've worked on over the last little bit. And while I was at Brooks, while I was at Brooks one-day retreat, Shannon gave us, Shannon Worthy, this is her shop. She gave us this little needle minder. She is the Stitching Gnome on Etsy, and she does some fabulous things, some art things. I have a dragon, I have a frog, I have a ghost, I have a little Easter bunny, and that's the one I usually take with me in my project bag because it's flatter and I can fit it in my bag and it doesn't stick out or anything. Anyway, so if you're looking for anything, please give Shannon a shout out. She does floss drops. She does all kinds of things. So she's a great resource if you're looking for something different or something new. And she does a lot of stuff on 3D printing. That's pretty cool. And then the other person that was there was Summer from Red Thicket. She has a website and she dyes fabric. And I got these three beautiful pieces, these three colors, which I just love. So this one is, I think, Snickerdoodle. Nope, it's cream. Slightly mottled. It's a cream, and love that. I'm thinking of doing one of the Plum Street pillows on this. I love this fabric. And then this one is Cocoa. And I'm thinking of doing my mousse on this fabric. The colors look good on it, and I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to restart my mousse on this because I love this color, and I prefer 40 count. 36 and 40 count are my jam. And then this one is called As You Wish, and it's just a light green, which I really love too. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, but I loved the color, so I got it. Anyway, Summer does a great job. She does have a monthly fabric club you can join. You also get, I think they're called strawberries, but they're like points towards, that you can turn into money for future projects. Okay, so give her a look if you're looking for fabric. She does a great job. Her linen is always very, very soft. And the last thing I got, and this is kind of a story. So on my Let Love Rain, when I bought the conversion, they only gave me one skein of the blue. And I thought, well, let me start it and see. It's a color and cotton conversion. I was there at the shop, and the lady got it for me, and I loved it. And I thought, I'm going to need some more blue. As I'm working through the project, I thought, I just want to make sure I have enough, because I don't want to get out in the woods, because we're going to be in a fifth wheel, and we're going to be moving from base to base. Anyway, I didn't know where I was going to be if I ran out of blue and what I was going to do, so I wanted to order a couple more skeins of Trapeze, which is the color blue. And I thought I didn't want to pay the shipping for 2 skeins of floss for $6, right? So I thought I'll order a pattern. So I ordered this Ladybug Picnic, which is one I'm kitting up along with the Lightning Bug and Hey Peter by Hands On Design. Those are 3 of the projects I'm going to take with me when we're gone. And so I've been trying to kit stuff up to get it ready to go on that trip, right? So I have everything. So I thought, okay, I'll get this, and then I'll get the 2 skeins of floss. Well, the end of April, I ordered it, and it was mid to late May, and I hadn't received anything. So I get in there, and I'm looking for my order, and it says it's in a post office, and it's been there for this whole time. So I reached out to Color and Cotton, and she goes, oh, they've lost this package. And she says, I'll replace it. She says, but I don't have the pattern. So if you're okay with waiting for me to order the pattern in, she said, I will get the pattern ordered and then ship it out to you. And I should get the pattern next week. I'm like, sure, that's fine. I wasn't in a hurry. I just need it by the end of the summer, right? So a couple weeks go by, haven't heard anything. So I email her back, and I said, hey, have you got anything on this? And she goes, Lori, they didn't send me the pattern. So she had ordered the pattern. Obviously, the distributor was out and had it sent to her. She goes, I'm going to refund your money. And I said, well, that's not necessary. You don't need to refund it. She says, no, I'm going to refund your money, but I'm still sending you the product. So after a couple more emails back and forth, she got the pattern, and she got me the floss that I needed. And so I just want to give a shout out to Color and Cotton, because I think they went above and beyond. You know, they didn't have to replace my order. They didn't have, I mean, it was obviously the post office's fault. You could see that it had been shipped. It wasn't her mistake, but she replaced it for me. And even though it wasn't a large order, she still took care of me. So I thought that was great. I've heard the horror stories from people about ordering from places and then you never get it, right? But she took care of me, and I'm very grateful. So I just wanted to let you guys all know that if you're looking for something, they're a great place to order from. I've had great experience with the Attic. I just placed a large order from Lindy Stitches because, like I said, I'm kitting up some things, and so I needed a bunch of overdyed floss. And yes, I could go into the Shepherd's Bush, but sometimes that's time-wise, it's just easier for me to order it online. So I've ordered from several shops, and I've never had a really bad experience. So the shops have always taken care of me. So I'm very grateful. And that's all I've worked on. I have on here my favorite book that I read, which was called The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. Rebecca Yarros wrote Fourth Wing. And I had a friend say, hey, have you read any of her like romance type books? I said, no. She says, Lori, they're really good, because I was looking for something else, right? And I try and I read twice, and I don't know the author, which I loved. And both of those books were great. But Rebecca Yarros, I think this is my second of the books that I've read that are kind of a romance type thing. It's so good, but it's a tearjerker. So just be prepared if you're going to take my recommendation and listen or read that book. Be prepared. It's a tearjerker, but it's a great story, and she's a great writer. So I loved her stuff. And that's all I have for July. And wrapping up, like I said, I'm going to Boise tomorrow, and then in 2 weeks I go to Nebraska. Then we come back and I have a few days, and we're going down to Bryce Canyon for a week. Not for a retreat, but for personals, a family reunion type thing. And so I'm excited. A lot of traveling over the next month. So we'll see how much stitching I get done on the next one. I don't know how much I'll get stitching done at the retreats, but I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done in Bryce. Anyway, just be kind every day, and just remember, you don't know what people are going through. So always be kind. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate all of you for watching my little videos, and kind of gives me a thing to keep me on track every month, which is not a bad thing. Have a good day. Bye.